And if you are one with the great I am, everything outside of you is God, right? All consciousness, pure divine mind. They are still perfect because they're coming from the divine mind. The divine is perfect. Remember, it came from you. Reflections of old, right? The old script is out there. So, as Christ says, do not judge according to appearances. Judge with righteousness. See it inside. Judge it from inside, what you created, right? No matter how something can look, if you call it perfect, you take its power away over you. You take that hold, that reaction, that emotion that you're about to endure by seeing something outside of you as true and reacting to it and bringing it within you, and then you feeling like shit. But if you call that perfect, you take away all of its power, completely gone. It's perfect because then it must be. Whatever meaning you give something, it must be. I am perfect. It's all perfect. It's all unfolding perfectly for me, as me, through me. So it must be. And as you can see, because again, the now moment is all we have. There is no past, there's no future. Mid-conversation, he's calling it perfect. It started off with the dread that he expected, that he thought about, but corrected. And then as he's hearing it in his mind, he's within. He's in his kingdom. He's calling it perfect. He's calling the conversation perfect. And he gradually saw it shift before his eyes because that is where he was dwelling, within his I am, saying it from power. Who's telling me? Who's telling me that this conversation is fucking rough? Let me go within and see it as perfect. And so it must be. Perfect example. Remember, everything is part of that unfolding the second you decide who you are. The second you know who you are within, you claim it, you see it, you know it to be true like it's your first name, and it must be. Now, that old script must finish playing out, and the new one unfolds to who you are being, because it's the law of being, it's identity, right? You can also experience things that look great, things that appear perfect. He got that perfect conversation. She was telling him now everything that went with the identity that called it perfect. Because he was perfect, and because she was now perfect, the conversation was perfect, right? Because remember, focus on your end. The middle doesn't matter. The middle's part of it. It is all part of the perfect unfolding, whether it's something you don't want to see or it's something you do want to see. But if you call both perfect, they both must be. And when you experience the good things, enjoy it, but it is not your end. You still say it's unfolding. We're here to have the human experience. You still say it. And I love how he ended it with, once he's at his end and he, because this never ends, my friends. This is a 24/7 thing. The law is perfect. The law is working. Say, and I love how he ended it with, but I love how he ended it when he's at his end, because it must be. Go within, seek the truth. So at the same time, when you reach your end and you're living your dream life, what's to say is that is as good as it gets? Who told you that's as good as it gets? You can continue and reach higher and higher and higher in consciousness and have absolutely anything you want. It never ends. It's a game of setting that GPS and never letting go of that steering wheel and letting it drift off into the fucking into the thorn bushes or the fucking quicksand and getting stuck there. It's always being aware of who you are being. The only question you should ever ask yourself is, who am I being right now? In the midst of that conversation starting like shit, my guy here was like, who am I being right now? That's right. I am choosing to be perfect and see this conversation as perfect because it must be so. And because my wife is perfect. And because I am. And because I'm one with the I am, everything, no matter the appearance, is perfect because I will judge with righteousness. It's an amazing thing. So now, that is the power of perfection. No one has power over you unless given to them from above, which is your mind.